Okay, I got one person in, I might as well start now. Hello, I'm Honda Steven, and I'm doing a new / Lambda tutorial. This is probably just going to be more about just kind of basics and like intermediate stuff. It's more of like a beginner tutorial to get into playing these characters. And the good thing about them is that a lot of the stuff is kind of shared between the two, so yeah, so you can pick either one, or probably learn both, and it will take not much time at all. So first of all, the pink one's new, purple one's Lambda. This is just my colors, and okay, let's start. So first of all, I want to go through basic kind of gameplay, like a summary of that. Then I want to go through the moves. Then after the moves, a more in-depth on your game plan, and then stuff like combos and some other tech you can use. Okay, so first of all, both of these characters are zoners, mostly. The drives are built around long-range attacks, and with Nu especially, very, very strong far away. Lambda not so much, but it's better. Her long-range game is better than her close-range game, I think. So the main gameplay is to run away from your opponent, and then I'll start with Nu actually. So with Nu, your game plan is to stay away and then attack using her drive attacks. The good thing about the drive attacks, actually I should go with that later. Ugh, I'm not prepared for this. Pretty much, as long as you make contact with your opponent with one of them, you can start locking them down and then basically pulling it. I haven't gone to the doctor yet, so I don't know if that's true. Lambda her game plan is more, she can zone as well. She's got the same, similar drive attacks as Nu, but her game plan's more revolved around stopping the opponent, getting them in one of these, and then coming in and doing some close range attacks. Because she's designed to have better close range options than Nu, but that just isn't the case. Nu's ridiculously good. Don't play Lambda, play Nu. Anyway, it's kind of hard to describe the game plan without knowing the moves, so I'm just going to go straight into moves. I'm going to go through each button, so A, B, C, and then D. So first of all is 5A. So 5A, standing jab, cancels into itself, 6 frames, but on block it's -3, so it's not a great move to stagger on. 2A is 7 frames, so slightly slower, and has -4 on block, so also really, really bad to stop your pressure at. It's not a low either, if I make a block. Just wait a second. That's not block. Crouch. Oh wait, no, I meant from the stand block. Ooh. So it's not a low. Her other A move, 6A. This is her anti-air. It's quite fast. It's 11 frames. It has pretty good upper body involved by. You can probably do it later than that. Yeah. and on hit you can get pretty good combos off it. Her jump A is just, you know, good for air to airs if you really need it. Though I preferably don't. I wouldn't use that as an air to air. Okay, next, her B moves. So she has 5B, 6B, 2B, and jumping. That's it. But she can also go 5B into 6B on whiff. You could just have to press 5B and then B again. So, oh yeah, and if you go from 2B to 5B, it will, you can't Gatling 2B to 5B. It will always go 2B into 6B. So 5B is really good. It's 8 frames, it's quick, it's -1 on block, so you can use it to, I wouldn't stagger with it, but you can use it to kind of reset pressure and go for something else. It's also really good because it has a really good low hitbox. So if the opponent's knocked down, that doesn't really work. Okay, if I just, it's great for picking up grounded opponents like that. Next is 6B. Oh, Storm Block. Okay, 6B is, let me check the data. Okay. 10 frames, -3 on block, but it's got a little bit of range. None of her ground range moves apart from 6C really have very good range for poking, but that's not what she's built for around anyway. What's really good about 6B is that it's probably her best starter. So if you can punish, you want to punish with 6B. So I just go like, that's 1.2k, that's 1.5k. 2B is a low, it's pretty good, decent range, mixed with a good dash. Oh yeah, I should have talked about a dash, I'll do that afterwards. The thing about 2B is that it is 0 on block, so if you want to reset pressure, this is the best button to do it on. As well as that, all of these B moves can reverse Gatling into 6A, which can then go back into them. So you can go like 2B, 6A, 2B, or 5B, 6A, 5B, something like that. Jump B is also, it's a good air to air, and the best thing about it is, let's counter hit. It has a ton of hit stun on counter hit. Yeah, you get the idea. Okay. Next is 5C. This move is something that you don't want to do just raw, because on whiff, I mean, it's got good range, but on whiff it's terrible. It's also a good starter. And you can cancel it into any C move, or specials, at any point of it. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention is 5A is jump cancelable. You know, it's easier to list the moves that aren't jump cancelable with Nu. So 2A is not jump cancelable, 2B is not jump cancelable, and 3C and 5C and 6C are not jump cancelable. Just wait a second. Okay. Yeah. So 5C is also -8, so you don't want to ever stop on it. If your opponent ever blocks 5C and you don't want to do, best things to do are if they don't have a reversal, go on to 6C and it pushes you away and you're back into neutral. Or you can go 5C, 2C, instant air back. Okay. It's also special cancelable. Next up is 2C. 2C is, you can use it as an anti-air, but I feel it's a lot less reliable than 6A. It's got a more horizontal hitbox though, which is pretty good. The best thing about it is that you can jump cancel it. So yeah, as I said before, 2C instant air backdash is a free get out, especially throw out a sword to cover your backdash. And it's also really good for... Oh, I got that wrong. Just wait a second. There we go. Crescent Saber shenanigans, which I'll go into later. Next up, 6E. This move is really good for combos. In neutral, you won't really be using it much. Just because it's a bit slow. It's also fatal counter, so but I wouldn't actually really use it for like counter hit punishes, just because there are better things you can do. But it's good for what it's worth. Okay, thanks, ISO. Next up, 3C. Now, 3C is, let me find the data on it. God damn it, where is it? Here we go. So, 3C, this one's a low. Every single hit is a low. It's got good range. It's got alright recovery, but it's minus 10, so it's definitely punishable. But the thing that makes it kind of harder for people to punish is the fact that it's special cancelable, so you can go 3C and then like kind of late, like delay a special move coming out afterwards. Especially her 214 DC, which is you know, it can come out pretty quickly. My advice is, if you're in a block string, unless you really feel like the 3C will open up your opponent, don't do it, just because it's a risk. And yeah, if your opponent blocks it, then really there's nothing you can do to kind of put the situation really in favor for yourself. So next up is Jump C. Jump C is really horizontal, but not so much. The vertical hitbox isn't really good. You can use it as a jump in, but you'll have to do it a little later to the ground, or else, as you see there, it just whiffs. But the good thing about it is that it crosses up. So the blades go behind you, and yeah, and they cross up. So you can, yeah. The hit stun's not very good, so you gotta be really quick to just microdash 5B or whatever to combo afterwards. Next up, 2C, Jump 2C. This move is really good for jump-ins because it's just really huge. It hits kind of in front and above Nu, so it's also good for when people, like, if you're in the air and someone air dashes at you or something, you can just use Jump 2C and it'll probably interrupt them. On counter hit, it does massive stun. Just wait. Okay, maybe not as much as I thought, but it's still really good. So if you want to approach in with an air dash, Jump 2C is your best bet. Unless you want to do something like Jump B, Jump C for more more overheads. Okay, that's all the C normals. Oh yeah, and these are all moves which are shared between the two. I should probably switch over to Lambda for a second. So Lambda has the same things, except all her moves are like the same frames and everything, except there's a couple of differences. One is that her 5B is, she doesn't have Nu's 5B, her 5B is the 6B. So, but it's the same thing, it's really good for punishing with, because it's a really good start. But what she does have is 6B. This used to be Nu's old 4B. It's the same thing really. It's an overhead attack, you get a combo afterwards. Normal hit, counter hit, everything. Also with her is her 6C doesn't fatal, but her 5C does. You can do stuff like 5C to 6B, which is, it's a good, with Lambda, if you can get a counter hit punish, you want to be doing 5C. Yeah, all her air moves and everything else are the same. With Nu, so that's all the C normals. So now we get on to the juicy stuff, the D normals, i.e. spam swords, win game. So she has lots of different D attacks, and so she has 5D, which is horizontal. It'll hit standing and crouching, good for it'll catch rolls, it is just your all-purpose good button. 6D is kind of like a 30 degrees upwards. It's really good when you're far away and you feel like the opponent's gonna jump, it'll just stop them right there. And it's also really good for if your opponent likes to air dash. Just really easy to react to that and just stuff all air movement. 40 is overhead, and in the corner, which is especially dumb, you cannot see it. And then she has 2D, which is a 60 degrees upwards. It's good for when people approach you with double jumps, which people like to do against Nu because it's the safest option. And also if someone jumps close to you, because 6D will be too low to actually hit them. All the D moves have follow-up, so if you press D again, and a second sword comes out. You can delay these follow-ups, which is really good for when you're trying to mess up with your opponent's timings on blocking, like instant blocking them and stuff. And the real good thing about Nu and Lambda is that, well, not so much Lambda. Well, Nu can essentially go from on the ground, she can do any D attack into another one up to 4 times. So you can go 5D, 40, 5D, 40. Or 5D, 6D, 2D, 5D, etc. Stuff like that. In the air, she can only do up to 3 of them, and she has 3 different air D attacks. Jump 5D kind of shoots it a little bit upwards. This one's good for, it's mainly used in combos, or if you're backing away from an opponent who's jumping at you or something like that, because it'll attack upwards. Jump 6D is slight downwards angles. It's good, really good far away, but it doesn't reach full screen. But it'll hit opponents like that. But when you're close, you want to be using jump 2C, which 2D, sorry, which attacks like a 45 degree angle downwards. So yeah, she can. Nu can go into swords 3 times. Yeah. So, yeah. Lambda, her swords are a little bit different, i.e. they are way worse, because you cannot change the follow-up timing. It will automatically attack no matter what, as long as it makes contact with the opponent. Also, she can't go into any sword up to 4 times, but she can basically use each sword once in a block stroke. So I can go into 2D, something like that. In the air, same attacks, except on normal hit, her jump 60 and her jump 2D launch the opponent. As well as that, I forgot to mention that Lambda can also cancel her C moves. Actually, no, I'll do that in a little bit later. Yeah, so that's all their normals. So now, I'll basically explain their Gatlings. So, A-normals go into A-normals go into everything but D-normals for Nu. So you can go A-B, A-C, A-A, stuff like that. B-normals can go... B-normals can go reverse into 6B, to 6A, or they can go into any C-normal. If Nu, nothing, oh yeah, C-normals can only go into C-normals, that's it. Nu cannot, has no way of actually cancelling, any of her attacks into her D moves, well, without specials, but we'll get to that later. Lambda's the same, except, oh, I forgot to mention, one of Lambda's really bad flaws is that 5C and 6C, sorry, no, 3C, wait, 6C as well, yeah. Oh god, it's all of those, sorry, I forgot about that. All of Lambda's all of Lambda's C moves, you can only cancel them after the last hit. So basically that just limits her options in, you know, changing up her timing to mess with your opponent. It's really bad. But in compensation, Lambda can go from C normals into D normals. So you can do combos like stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Especially when you go something like 60 into 40. My bad. 60 into 40. You know, surprise overhead from far away. Okay, so that's all their normals. Now I'll go on to their special moves. So first up is okay. Yeah, they're all really different. So 236D is Sickle Storm. It's a low, fast-moving projectile. It's really good. Actually, no, wait. I'm gonna explain the gravity system first with Nu, because that's kind of really important. So, Nu has a gravity well. It's 214 and any bun. If I change, just making sure to show how it works. Okay, so you see that little G above Nu's meter in the bar? That's the gravity meter, basically. So when Nu puts down gravity on you, your speed is reduced. It's hard to move, essentially. But the really good thing about it is that it's really quick. Like really, really quick, and I'm gonna just put everything back the way it had it before, just to make... Okay. So, not only is it really quick, but you can whiff cancel the gravity into any move. So, wait. There we go. The kind of indication is that, see that little, the black circle? Pretty much press a button when you see that, and you can cancel any move. So, and that is really important for our combos when you start doing stuff like that. And it can also be used to you can like pressure people with swords, put down a gravity, and keep going with swords. But the thing about gravity is that it actually counts as part of your string. So if I use a move which can't be used twice, like 2C, I cannot go 2C, gravity 2C the way I did. Crap. Wait. Sorry. I guess you can't. No, you can't. Okay, I'm wrong. You can. Yeah. But if you use swords and then cancel into gravity and then cancel that into more swords, you can still only use up 4. So if I go 1, 2, 3, I can't go anymore. It only goes up to 4. Gravity plays a really important part in combos, and I'll go into that later. But now I'll move on to our other moves. So 236D is Sickle Storm, fast moving low projectile. You can press 236D and then press C immediately after, and it'll come backwards. What's really good about this one is that it slides the opponent towards you, and in certain situations, you'll get combo afterwards. And then there's 236D, and you hold it down, and it becomes a delayed Sickle Storm. It still hits low, but the thing about it is that it's plus on block. So if your opponent's blocking, that's not blocked, right? Oh, it didn't block it low. But pretty much, if your opponent blocks 236, the delayed Sickle Storm, you pretty much get another chance to reset pressure and keep going. Next is 214D. So just 214D by itself summons 4 swords, which you can come up with. Nu recovers around the end of it, so you can use it as Oki, but against characters with reversals or Taiga, then you won't exactly, it won't work. You can hold it down and it'll go full screen, or you can, if you press C, it's not immediately after, it's also like the gravity. If you press C when you see that little black circle around her hand, and this version comes out much quicker, only has 2 swords, but it has a lot more recovery, so if I just combo into it, nothing's gonna work, and that's where gravity comes in. So that's Spike Chaser, that's what it's called. Oh, another note is that Spike Chaser, if it only takes 1 projectile to actually stop the entire thing. So I just had to shoot 1 sword and it just stops. Next up is Backflip. I don't know what it's actually called, but the input is 623C. What it serves as is, it's an overhead, and it's also a launcher, so I can go. So I'll show off the. So again, it's got a lot of upper body involved. You can do it late, and it'll beat that move. So, and on counter hit, it's really good on counter hit. You don't even need to cancel into gravity to continue the combo. You can also do it in the air. It doesn't have the invuln, but you can turn like a hit from the air into a launch if you really want to. Though I personally would. The next special move is Jump 214D Crescent Saber. This move is really good. So the thing about Nu is that she doesn't have any standing overheads. But who needs standing overheads when you have Tiger Knee Crescent Saber? So any jump cancelable move, 6A, 5B, 6B, 2C, Crescent Saber, you can use afterwards. But what's really good about Crescent Saber is, first of all, it knocks down if you're at advantage. It's punishable on hit, so be careful about that. But it also has a feint. So once you've conditioned your opponent into standing, watching out for the overhead, you go, or to grab, stuff like that. She also, what's probably my favorite addition about Nu, is 214D, and you hold down it. Sorry, jump 214D. It's kind of like it's a delayed Crescent Saber. But what's really good about this is, one, it's still an overhead, and two, you get a full combo after it, and three, it's like plus 10 on block. So if your opponent blocks this, then you get in for free. But the thing is, it does take a little bit of time, so if your opponent's looking out for it, they can hit you during it. Is that all the special moves? Oh yeah, I forgot about teleport. Yep. Also, Nu has a teleport, so during certain moves, basically, during any D attack, 6C, or right after a gravity, you can teleport by pressing pretty much dash forward or dash back. So the backwards teleport puts you back in the air, but then you can shoot swords afterwards and it's fine. It also doesn't take up, it only takes up your jump. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah. So you can still jump back or air dash afterwards. The forward dash, it moves a set distance, so you can cross up or go in front. Sorry. And it's really, it's a pretty good mix-up, especially when people don't know how to deal with it. So yeah, you can also do it off teleports. That's a pretty good strategy if you use a teleport, and then, so if an opponent's close to you, you can just go like, and get out of there, and they're stuck in the teleport. I mean, in the gravity. She also has an air teleport. So same thing, when you're doing D attacks in the air, you can press double back or double forward for an air teleport. But you cannot air dash and then also teleport. Yeah. So that's all her special moves. Her supers. So you have half circle back forward D. You can also do it in the air, like I just did that. This one's really bad because they added about a character and a half's distance between where the sword actually comes out. So you can't use it as a reversal unless you're versing like Tager. Or if they're slightly out and trying to attack you, then it'll hit. It's mainly used as damage ender. That's about it. She has 236, 236D, which pretty much it just shoots a lot of swords out. If your opponent blocks it, then you get free pressure. You can do mix-ups while it's happening, you know, 40. So I screwed that up, but you get the idea. Those are the two only specials. I mean supers. Also, 260D has a dead zone as well, so be careful about that. Oh, and I guess I'll do that later. Yeah. So Lambda has a different set of specials, but it's kind of like, you know, same move but different purpose. So her 236D hits multiple times, and it moves pretty quickly across the ground. Depending on where your opponent is relative to you is actually where it comes out. So if you're far away, the Sickle Storm moves forward, but if you're right next to the opponent, the Sickle Storm moves backwards. Unfortunately, it's good when you get an opponent stuck in it, and you can, you know, do a small combo afterwards. It's also good during combos, but as Oki, it kinda sucks. So that's probably one. She only has a couple of times where it actually works. Essentially, all you have to do to beat it is delay tech and you win. It's pretty bad. Her 214D, it's basically the standard version of Nu. It's 4 swords, same recovery. It's the same thing, really. She doesn't have any other versions of that. Her jump 214D, it's similar, so you can use it as an overhead, but the range is a lot smaller. It's a lot closer to Lambda, but it hits backwards. So you can cross off like that. Okay, now for the things that make Lambda kind of really, air quotes, unique, is her 236 moves. So she has 236A, which is just kind of like a teleport. It's more of a command dash, which will go through the opponent if you're close enough. 236B, which is a low. It's also minus on block, so it's punishable on block, but a lot of people don't punish it for some reason. In the corner, you get a combo. Then she also has 236C. Now this move, it's got a huge vertical hitbox. That pretty much, that big wind effect is the hitbox. On hit, you get a beefy combo. If I can get it right. On block, it's really punishable. So you mainly use it during combos. It also fatal counters, which is really good, but it won't happen too often. The thing about those moves is that you can cancel the 214A into another one, so you can go 214A, 214B. You can also do that during the cross-up, but it's not really that fast. She also has 22D. So this move, she jumps back, shoots a sword out. It staggers on hit. It's safe if they block it, but you're pretty vulnerable on the way up, so you can get hit out. This is in no ways a good reversal at all. It has some foot. It has foot involved. So if, you know, an opponent's kind of far away and they're trying to dash in and poke, you with low, you can do that, stop them. On counter hit, it is amazing because it has huge amounts of stuff. You can walk up, do gravity. I'll talk about a gravity in due time, or you can just go 236C. See, it's a really good combo starter, but I'll talk about the game plan with that move a little later. Now next, her gravity is different, so I'm gonna have to turn off all this stuff again. Is that it? No. There we go. So, as you can see, Lambda's gravity is a lot slower, but it also has a hitbox. So, there we go. Oh, and also fails. So you can use that as a counter punch if you want. The recovery is really slow. That's it on whiff. You're out for about 5 seconds. On hit, it's got to go up the whole bar. But the thing about gravity is, one, you can use it the same as Nu, where you keep them away, cut into gravity, and pretty much give yourself more opportunities to zone them out. Or you can use it to extend your combos, because using gravity in your combo pretty much, it gives you a big damage boost. So that's okay. Now for her supers, she has, it's the same input, so half circle back 4D. This one goes right in front of Lambda, so it's actually a good reversal, but it's punishable on block. And on counter hit, oops, you bounce him up for a full combo. Her 236D, it's the same but much shorter, and so I don't really think there's any good uses for that. And now, after I've gone through every single move, I can talk about Nu's best move of all, the Astral. Now this applies to both Nu and Lambda, because they're basically the same. The great thing about the Astral is that it will combo off basically anything. So, hit confirm, 3C, Astral, 6A, Astral, they hit 5C, Astral. You get the idea. You can do it pretty much whenever. Lambda is the same. Lambda's actually a little easier because her 6A and her 5C have way more hits done in the air. So yeah, if you have Astral, just do it. I mean, you win. Okay, so that's all their moves. Now, I'll talk about their overdrives, which I'm actually not that accustomed to with Nu, because the thing about burst usage with these characters is you want to save them up for bursts. They don't really have very good reversals at all. Your best reversal usually is a not dead angle, counter assault. So you want to use these as, you know, you get out the card. But what Nu's overdrive gives her is, one, tons of swords, which give a damage boost. It allows her to teleport cancel her specials. Oh yeah, also 260, that just wall bounces straight up. Wait, no, it always wall bounces, never mind. Wait. Yeah, it just wall bounces from far away, never mind. So you can dash cancel all that stuff. And what's really good about her is which one's to block everything? Okay, there we go. It's also unblockable. If you have 100 meter in overdrive, you can do her super, which does a lot of damage. Like, it's a good way to tack on damage at the end. It's 4 times. If you can rapid it and do a 3C, and you have an unblockable. That's cool. Overdrive also makes this last way longer. So if you can use overdrive to seal the round, you might as well, but you want to be using it for your bursts. Lambda, on the other hand, her overdrive is a little different. Just wait. Okay, you can't do that, that's an unlimited thing. So what Lambda's overdrives basically do is they just make a ton of her moves better. So her D moves do way more hit, stun, and damage. So you can do pretty much 5D into 2 through 6D. I mean 2 through 6C, sorry. As well as that, it makes 2-2D, you can dash, pretty much you can move after you do it, so you can dash forward, and also, sorry, let me do this correctly. So I'm gonna do it in the corner, I'm gonna cheat for this. Yeah, it makes 2-1-4, jump 2-1-4D have tons of good stuff. It also makes Sickle Storm shoot 2 out, so if you can get him in the middle, that's really good damage, and 2-1-4D goes full screen. It also makes her super track, so that's really good. And her other super lasts a little longer, but still I wouldn't really use it, unless it's during combat. Sorry, something I forgot was both of their crush triggers. I was about to say crush counter. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, these are both, they're pretty big. Oops, my bad. They don't really feature in their combos as much as they used to in 1.1 and 1.0, but you can still use them for some things. I'll go into that later. But it's still, it's a solid option, close range. Okay, so now that I've gone through all their moves, I'm gonna talk about some basic, not basic, but kind of some like strategies that you want to be thinking about when you're playing them. So first of all, full screen, you want to be, your opponent's options are basically to take to the air or stay to the ground, if they dash forward, or if they go, dash block, 5D, and I'll stop them right in their tracks. And then, once you get them blocking, you start mixing them up. And the thing about, if they take to the air, and this is something that, if you're having trouble with Nu, never air dash. Air dashing is a terrible idea because it's slow and it's obvious. And air dashing essentially is saying, please hit me, I want to die. So, your best option is to dash jump. So, you just jump forward, not that much distance, but if you dash jump forward, carries over the momentum from a dash and you go way further. Now you combine that with a double jump and you can basically make the entire screen in one go. But you also want to make sure you barrier when you go up, because Nu can still hit you both of them can still hit you on the way up. So when people are coming from the air, sorry, what I want to say is the best thing about Nu is that, and Lambda, is that they're more reactionary, or like it's more about reactions and predicting their zoning. So if you see an opponent, you know, jump and then double jump, then that gives you way more time to just, you can decide what to do. And the best options against if I go, oh, sorry, I need to record that. If I do double jump, right? The best options are to wait. Sorry, see them jump. Me 2D him. Wow, I am really not on my game right now. Oh my god. Okay, let me think about this for a second. Okay. Pretty much when they're close to you, you wanna be doing the 2D when they jump. And if they double jump, they can't really use their they only have one more action of jumping down with an attack. So if they're far away like this and they double jump, just any of them. Or alternatively, and this is something that's really good because Nu has amazing mobility. Just look at these dashes. So if they jump, just dash under them. Even just like people trying to reset pressure by jumping. Oops. Just dash under them. It's just really good to be able to know how to do that. And if not, any of them with 6A or 2C. Preferably 6A though. What are other good strategies? Oh man, I'm really hitting a blank here. Oh. Sorry, I just need some time to think. Oh yeah, so that's kind of your long-range strategies. It's all about you know, throwing out swords, and when you can, especially with Nu, gravity. Gravity is so good. Just, it gives you so many more opportunities to actually just attack them, and to just see what they're doing. Certain characters, it's around this range you can do stuff like 5D, 4D into reset pressure with 2-on-4D, but again, depending on the character, they can just stuff it up. Like, never do 2-on-4D against Tega because he will just sledge it and you lose. But especially with Lambda, that move's really good. But basically, when you do this, and if they're far away too, just doing this move, it kind of signals them to move. So either they'll dash forward and block, which means, you know, if they block it, you get a free sword. Or if they jump, then, you know, you can dash under them, you can any of them, or you can just shoot swords at them. What else? It's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I'll move on to combos and stuff. So actually, no. Just wait a second. Oh yeah, sorry. Close range tactics. Just wait a second. Ooh, it's hot in here. Okay, anyway, close range tactics. So as I said before, if you want to be resetting resetting pressure, 2B is the way to go. But 5B with Nu is also pretty good. But the best thing to do close range is to use the reverse Gatlings, the 6A. You can delay them, try and frame trap, and especially like frame trap with a C normal, because those are pretty beefy on counter hit. And then, you know, when you feel like you've gotten into their head, then that's when you can start doing stuff like crap, sorry. You know, start doing feints or just putting out the delayed one and making them block it. I believe you can. Okay, wow, yeah, you can't do an overhead off that. But you can do stuff like, you know, jump, you know, like jump in, cancel that into the feint. And then do another overhead or low. You know, pretty good mix up. With Lambda, it's, you know, the close range stuff's the same, but then you also have the option of cancelling into one of her 2v6 moves as kind of a frame trap. And something that's really good with Lambda is the teleport mix-up. So when you feel they're gonna block 2v6A into grab, and then once you've conditioned your opponent into thinking that you want to go in for a grab, and they also grab. They grab on reaction to the teleport. That's when you cancel the teleport into 2-2D and you get a counter hit. Stuff like that. But against, you know, really good players, doing 2-3-6-A, they'll just jab it out. It's not that great. I guess now I'll talk about the combos. So Nu especially, her combos are really freeform. Like, there's just a couple of little notes that you need to figure out, and then you can do whatever you want from there. So with Nu, how high is that? I'm not getting the air dash. Even if I go like that. What if I super jump it? That is so weird. Nah, it's it. I can't do the. Okay. I'm not getting it. Like, even if I do it up here, it takes away your air movement. Because I can cancel into a move. Oh no, it's not working. Anyway, so for combos are really there's just a couple of things you need to do. So the most basic combo that you can do with her is pretty much anything. Oh, I'll do it first to demonstrate, and then I'll talk about it. So like a combo like this. Something like that. So basically, the main point is you're cancelling. You're doing anything into 3C. So you know whatever, like A normals into 3C, and then you cancel 3C into 2d6D, and gravity cancel that into either the A or the B. And then you cancel the teleport, not the teleport, the gravity into a D attack. So this is kind of your standard combo when you have a starter. Something like that. But once you go to the B starters, that's when you can start doing a lot better. What's really good is you cancel 3C into 214 DC, and then you gravity cancel that, like that. And then after that, I'll just show you the whole combo first. Oops, sorry. I thought I dropped it there. You get the idea. So pretty much what's happening is 3C into 214 DC, gravity into 6C. So yeah, you're going to 6C into 214 hold D, and now wall bounce them. And then after you do that, you have to micro dash 5DD into backward sickle storm. So 3C into sickle storm again with the gravity, and then finish off the combo with air series. As well as that, those are kind of your go-to combos when you're close. When you're far away and you hit a sword, what you want to be doing is, it's about this range where you can combo your opponent into 236 DC, CL combo, and then you gravity cancel that into the C gravity, just to make sure that the opponent slides to you, because if you do it like at around the right distance, so that will cause them to slide right next to me, but if you do the A version or the B version, they'll stop midway, and my 5B won't hit them. So basically what you do after that is pick them up with 5B, 6A, and then 6C. So I'll show you, got to that point. Oops. And then you teleport forward, and then after that you do 3C, and well, pretty much after that you do 3C. I'll show it after both show the options. So funnily enough, while Lambda lost her Sickle Storm Oki, which was kind of what made her unique back then, Nu got way better Sickle Storm Oki than Lambda, so what you can do is 3C into backward Sickle Storm, and that will hit meaty. And it's also reversal safe, so that's kind of your guaranteed Oki. But the problem with that is that your opponent, since it already uses that move before, it has same move duration. So if your opponent doesn't tech, then it doesn't really work, and you're just gonna have to back off. What we can also do is end in you can end in 2-on-4 DC, and then you can, you know, do stuff like, wait, damn it. So I was trying to see if Nu could slide under. Ah, there we go. Wait. Yeah. I wonder if you can get anything off that. Nah, the recovery is kind of too slow for that. Oh, there we go. So you can do end it like that for a cross-up, or just, you know, standard Oki. You can dash jump for a cross-up, you know, you dash neutral jump, and then stuff like that. So you can mix it up between those two, or if you want your opponent far away from you after this combo, what you can do instead is after 6E just combo into 2-6 hold D, and that'll just cause them to tech far away from you. So that's something you can do, you know, especially against characters like Tega, where you don't want them to be close at all. I'll talk about her D combos. So 5D goes into 4D, so you can combo like that. You can also go from 2D back into 5D, and that will combo. But if you go into 6D, you always want to be doing 2D afterwards. In the air, the series is... Sorry. Well, in the air, it's kind of really... again, it's pretty freeform. Basically, how it goes is... That hit, you go like... Well, what I do is... I pretty much only do... 5D, 6D, 5D, and then after that, you jump cancel it, 2D, 6D, 5D. So damn it. Yeah, something like that. That's the one I use. There are other ones that that one I just feel is kind of the best one. Okay, something I forgot to mention before is that if your opponent is in the air and blocking, so they block the sword, what you want to do is pretty much zone them back to the ground. And what's really good is you can put them in a mix-up when they land on the ground. So if they block an air sword, I can either go into 4D, or I can go into 236 DC. So if you look here, so for an overhead or a low. So that's something that's really good. You do that the same with Lambda, but she can't really mix you up as well afterwards. There's some other like neat combo things with Nu, like sorry, I'm not good at that combo at all. Ah, jeez. Basically, the gist of it is like you do jump 6D, DD into jump C, you teleport into jump C, and then cancel into the backflip. But to be honest, I don't think that combo is really practical. I mean, people do it for corner carry, but I do something completely different. And I might as go through that right now, which is Hunter Stevens' patented new Crescent Saber. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Reset. So what a lot of new players have been doing is, you know, you combo them into the air, and then you basically you end the combo prematurely with delayed Crescent Saber. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Pretty much, and you want, the goal is for them to tech in the air and either block it or get hit. If they block it, then, you know, you get Urki. If you don't, then you get a full combo. So, but I've made up a way to basically guarantee it, and also for it to be completely reversal safe. Well, you know, most reversals, at least. So, pretty much the way is, it'll only work after, on a B starter or more. So, if, let's say you do it off one hit, to the start, right? So I just go 3C. So, if you only have one hit, then, I'll show it off first. So, yeah, that's not supposed to happen. There. So, as you see there, they teched right into it. Forward, backwards, neutral, they all lose. The only way to beat this reset is to not tech at all, but then I get advantage, because you're just not teching. So how it works basically is that it's just designed so that it prorates, so that they will, if they hold down tech, they will always tech right in the air. So if it's off only one hit, so like 3C for example, after the gravity you want to be doing 6A, 5C into 6D. So let's here, 6A, 5C, 6D into this. And when you get to the end, you always want to be doing, the ending sequence is always the same. So it's always 5D, 2D, jump back, jump 6D, jump 5D, and then the Crescent Saber. So if I just did it, you know, to show it here. Wow. It would look like that. So, if you're only doing one move before the 214 DC, then you need to do 6A, 5C, 6C. But if, let's say you go 5B into 3C, in that case, you only need to add on the 5C before the 6C. But if you put lots of moves in, like at that point, when you've got more than 2 attacks, you just do the 6C. And that's also like, if you do it from a jump in, same thing, you only do 5C from a jump in. Yeah, and pretty much that's just guaranteed reset. There's no way for them to beat it apart from not teching. And, you know, if they get hit, what do you get? You get a 4K combo into the same reset. Oops. That's odd. There we go. So yeah, it's a really good reset. What are other combos? Oh, in the corner, stuff you can do is like, you can cancel 236D into gravity and keep going, so... But you gotta remember that your 4 sword limit still counts for that, so you just gotta be careful. When you're in the corner and you get like a close range combo, that's when you can start doing stuff like, sorry. So basically, key things to note is that you can do stuff like 214D after a 6D, stuff like that. There's a lot of ways to experiment with that. But yeah, you just gotta learn just different parts of the combos, and you can just put them in wherever you want. That's kind of most of like the kind of all the general new stuff that you need to know. With Lambda, the combos are quite different. So on the ground, the really basic stuff is to just, you know, combo into 3C into 236B, or you can, in your mid screen, you can go. Sorry. Basically, combo into 6C into 5D, then jump to 2D, sorry. And that'll give you pretty good damage. In the corner, her meterless stuff, it's a lot better. Sorry, I haven't done that combo in so long. Ah, what if they tech forward? I'm glad you asked. Where's tech? Oops. Okay, there we go, I made him tech forward. So, pretty much what I tested is that the reset will hit forward, back, and neutral tech. And I even tested like Ragnar doing forward tech into Inferno Divider, and it still whips. So, it's completely safe and it'll hit him. I'll just show it off. So forward tech, still get hit. Is that backwards tech? Backwards tech also gets hit. I believe that's no tech. No, that's not. So, essentially, if you tech when you hit the ground or you don't tech, doesn't work. But if you take in the air, it works. So it's got a pretty simple solution to beat, but you know. Back to Lambda. In the corner. So the general gist of our corner combos is you want to be comboing into 236B, and you dash up 2B, 6A, 6C into 236C. So that part will look like this. Then after that, 22D into, you know, air stuff. But I personally don't like doing that because the OP you get afterwards is kind of lackluster. It's not really good. And with Lambda, you kind of need everything you can get. So what she does have is she has a meaty, completely safe Sickle Storm setup. If you hit them in the corner with 236D and then do Sickle Storm immediately afterwards, it will hit me. And I'm already blocking as she's getting up. So I personally end my combos right here. So you're sacrificing a bunch of damage, but you'll be getting you know, as well as that. But you know, if you do want more damage, you can start putting gravity and stuff. Try and extend how much you can do before you do the 260. Mid-screen, the gravity pretty much opens up a ton of options for what she can do. So, you know, I combo into gravity. You know, I need to turn gravity back on. Yeah, it was that one. Okay, sweet. So basically, you know, before she can, it's like the best starter and everything. You can get about 3.2k, but when you mix gravity in there, there's a big difference between 3.2 and 4.4. But you gotta use gravity, and gravity recovers really slowly. So when you use gravity, the kind of one that I do the most is the A gravity, just because. So A gravity leaves you right in front, B gravity further away, and C gravity really far away. But you can do some cool stuff like. Oh yeah, sorry. Before I get into that, something that's really important with Lambda is that, as I said before, her 6A and her 6C have tons of hit stun. So, but the thing about 6C is what you want to be doing is you want to be hitting it kind of low. So, around that level, so when their body is kind of just around their upper torso, and what that allows you to do, sorry, timing's a little tricky, is 236A, 236C afterwards. So, I mean, just a really easy example of that is if I do a grab combo. Wow, I am not doing this right. And that's basically like full screen carry. That's one of Lambda's strengths. She has really good corner carry. So various things you can do off her gravity is like if possible, you want to be comboing into gravity like 5D, 5C into gravity like that, but it's really hard. So if you can, just do 5D into gravity. What that does is you can do some funky stuff like... Wait. Sorry, my computer blacked out for a second. Okay. I'm back. So you can do some stuff like... which is cool, but yeah. She has a lot of different options, like pretty much you go into gravity, just go do the air series into 2-6 C. That's your go-to combo. She has some more specific stuff, but you don't really need to know them. With her fatals, so 5C is... I can't do fatal because she's on the wrong side. I'll go through Nu's fatals first. Nu's fatals aren't exactly great because it's 236D. What the hell? Never mind, I got fatals back. I'm doing Lambda first. So her fatal, what you want to be doing is 5C. 5C is really good fatal. Your standard combo is basically... My bad. Ugh. Well, you get the idea. Pretty much the start you do 2 micro dash 5C 214D. But her combos kind of parade really fast, so she's not very good. Nu's fatals. The only one I really ever got use out of was the 6C one, because there isn't much time when that's gonna actually counter hit. But when you can, I mean, this is probably not optimal, but what I did is that into... No, just basic combo like that. 4K, pretty good. Anything else? Oh, grab combos. So with Nu, now this is also something that I've never seen any other player do. It's pretty much the grab combo into the reset. So what you do is grab through C60. What most people do is they start throwing swords out like this. You know, 3.1K, it's good. But what's even better is a reset. So how that works is basically you do the 236D hold, and then you delay until the opponent's just above the ground, and you combo into 5DD 236D, pretty much just like her standard combo. And then you do the same. And you do the same ender of 2D. I mean, you 5D, 2D, jump 6D, jump 5D into the present saber. Sorry. It's a little tricky because of the timing. Just like that, you get the same reset combo. Really good. So, Lambda's grab combos are a little different. for both of these characters actually, before I say anything, if you grab them in the corner, you want to cancel in the Spike Chaser, just because that will actually hit, nothing else really will. With Lambda, mid-screen, you want to be canceling into Sickle Storm, so that will hit him like that. And then from there, you can do 236D to run up swords. That's the basic Lambda grab combo. She doesn't really get much. Oh yeah, I forgot. Lambda's overhead combo. So when you do an overhead, you do a combo like this. Well, that's in the corner, but if I did it from around here, yeah, sorry, I forgot to do Crescent Saber at the end, but you get the idea. So pretty much the way it goes is, oh wait, sorry, I was talking about the overhead. You want to do overhead into 2D, and the way to do this, it's not actually an instant air dash. You want to press jump. You want to jump straight up, and then input forward dash like right after. So that'll let you cancel moves faster. So your overhead, 2D, jump, air dash, 5B, 5C. And when you hit the ground, you want to be doing 6A into 5C, 6C. Into 6D, to 2D, into, you know, S series. Yeah. Hi, sis cow, hey. What's up? Unfortunately, I've gone through basically most of what I'm talking about. But yeah, anyway, when you're in the corner with Lambda and you get the overhead, that's when you can do some kind of cool stuff. So if you're kind of mid-screen and you're close enough after the 6C, oops, my bad. You can do 236C and, you know, get Urky. That's supposed to work. Anyway, but when you're right next to them, you're kind of too close to do that combo. So what you can do is 2D, 236B. Sorry. Gotta delay it a bit. And then I'll let you do pretty much regular combo. And you want to stop it there because the overhead prorates it a bit. What else is there? I guess that's all I wanted to talk about. I mean, there's a lot more intricacies with Nu, but most of playing this character comes through experience, because these characters play so much differently to the rest of the cast, because your focus is mainly to stay away rather than go in. So a lot of it comes with just experience and, you know, figuring out actually how to play, you know, so defensively. But yeah, I guess that's all I can. Yeah, I guess that's all I can really say for now. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope you learnt something about Nu. You know, if you're planning to pick her up or just trying to see what kind of option she has, so then you can deal with it. Sorry, I meant Nu and Lambda. I didn't really talk too much about Lambda, but in honesty, as much as she is the best girl, you probably shouldn't play her. So, I am gonna call it off for tonight. Yep, I'm gonna upload this to my YouTube. You know, it's just Honda, just look up Honda Steven on YouTube and you'll find it. Yeah, so I'll have that up soon. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.